Okay. Oh my goodness! Y'all, we were doing some pre-warm-ups before boot camp.
Day 4.
Day 4. It's you only have one more day till the weekend for any government employee or anyone actually offered the Veterans Day off. Did you guys know that tomorrow?
Yes.
Tomorrow is Veterans Day, so you may have a day off. Thank you, all of our veterans, for keeping us so safe. We're so grateful for y'all. But welcome back. Day 4 of boot camp. How are you all going to participate today, right? Like, it is so good. We can't wait to see all of you participate like never before. It was so much fun. Yesterday, getting to be with Alicia.
I know. Everyone was so excited to see her, and so were we. Like, we are so excited for her to be back at work. She was on top of her game yesterday.
Yeah, so good. We can't wait next week.
Co-host with the mo-host. Is
so
it the hostess with the mostest?
Yeah, the co-host. I love it. So good. So it's been so much fun. We are so excited for today's project. All the projects this week have been amazing. I just want to let you guys know, if you're tuning in today for the first time this week, please start back at the top of the week, because those projects, number 1, both day 1 and 2, and 3, if you don't count the fish bowls, you can complete them probably with what you have.
Absolutely, and they're so easy. Now, today's project is going to be a little bit more in depth.
We're ramping it up.
We are. So it's one of those things that it's probably not going to be one that you are going to be able to recreate. You might
You're not going to be able to beat us.
You're not going to be able to beat us at the finish, number 1.
Yeah.
But just learning these techniques about layering paint and stain are really going to take your crafting to the next level. It's going to help you understand the importance of multiple thin layers of paint when you are working with stain, because you all know when it comes to stenciling and things like that, a lot of times we get bleed.
Yes.
And that's the one thing we want to avoid. We want to avoid bleed, and we want to really get the best out of our stencil that we make with our Cricut.
Yeah, so we're going to teach you all about that today on the show. It's going to be so good. Get ready. We have an amazing giveaway winner from yesterday. We have an awesome giveaway today, which is going to be a 143 vinyl gift card. So we're sending someone on a shopping spree from yesterday to Celebration Warehouse. Celebration Warehouse. I cannot wait to announce that winner. And then just by commenting today, you're entered to win a $100 gift card to 143 Vinyl. So those are our giveaways that we are going to talk about today. Should we go ahead and announce the winner from yesterday?
I think we should, because yesterday me and Alicia got on our tangent, and I got over to the craft table before I realized we didn't give away our winners.
Well, let's go ahead. Drum roll, please. Marlene
Marcano.
Marlene Marcano. Yay! Congratulations! You're taking home the $100 gift card, and we're sending you on a shopping spree to Celebration Warehouse to stock up on glitter cardstock, regular cardstock, all the things from our dear friend Ashley Falco. We're so excited to get that to you. So we need to know what's your email. So email us hi@makersgonnalearn.com. Let us know, hey, I won the Celebration Warehouse gift card. So we'll send that to you. So yay! I love it. So much fun. Y'all, I just want to let you guys know, we have a couple of things. Number 1, for anyone that's not a member, guys, the end of the week, this bonus goes away and the $75 goes away. So if you want to get in while the getting's good, you have 48 hours to make a decision. Are you working with Makers Gonna Learn for $75 off? Huge discount.
Huge.
And you're signing up so that we can mail you the book bonus, which is like just icing on the cake. You do not need this book to master your Cricut, but it's nice to have. If you're an existing member and you want the book, you just need to extend your membership during our promo. So go ahead, email customer care for more details on that, anything like that, and we'll mail you the book. So yay!
So you said you made the comment, and I feel like I'm going to contradict you for a minute.
Okay.
You said you don't need this book to master your Cricut. I beg to differ, because I feel like a lot of times as crafters, we think that we can do things on our own, and we can.
When I mean the book, I mean you don't need a physical copy to take the course.
You're right, okay.
But it's better to get this, because just to let you guys know, this isn't just a book. I don't know if it's clear to a lot of you. This isn't really a book, it's more like a workbook.
Yes.
For our 30-day challenge.
Yes.
All right? Our 30-day challenge you can take as soon as you join today.
Absolutely. Okay.
It's 30 videos.
I took it as you don't need this to master your Cricut.
You do.
You do need it to master your Cricut, because if you don't have this 30-day challenge, I'm telling you, you're going to get lost in the black hole of YouTube.
Yeah, and there's so many different ways to teach, and there's so many iterations of Design Space. We keep our 30-day challenge very up to date with the top of the line Cricut curriculum. As they do shifts and edits, things like that, we update our curriculum. But it's 30 videos. It is like the most fun course to just go day by day. It's all organized throughout. Like, we've kind of been very intentional. This has been reiterated, like I would say 4, 5, 6 times, just to make sure that like every day you have the right training and you know what you need when you need it. And we all have it here. So working with fonts, files, weeding, 3D projects, stenciling, cards, layering vinyl, weeding. I'm just picking out random things like types of transfer tape, all of those things, basic beginner material you need. But the way to get that and get access to the files, the fonts, the cut files, everything is just by joining. So use the coupon code 75OFF for $75 off. You'll lock in that price for like forever. You'll pay today, get 365 days with us. It is so much fun.
I was just reading this comment. Sonia says, I love all your guys' hacks. Did you ever do a hack book? No, but that would be a good, we were thinking
about that. It would be really, really fun.
It would be really cool to do that and just put it in the member resource library, which we talked about yesterday. And I really want to show you guys again today, if we have anybody new from our dashboard, how you can get to, like, once you sign up, how you can get directly to this book instant and not have to wait on us to mail it to you. You can get access to that through our resource library. So I will show you that here in a little bit when we get to the craft table. But one other thing that we definitely have to talk about before I get over there and start crafting is the fact that there are less than 75 spots left for this mystery box.
Crazy.
Y'all, less than 75.
Yeah, so there's very few.
It might even be less than that now at this point.
Yeah, I'm shaken to my core. We literally, if you go back to Mondays, we're like, it might take all month. We don't know.
It's less than that now.
Yeah, we're down to our very few, 70 spots. We have 70 for the mystery box. If you guys have not been with us all week, I saw some of you, it's your first day, welcome.
Love to have you.
We are so excited. We launched a very special initiative this week, which is our supply kit box, mystery supply box for Make-a-thon attendees. We are making this the best virtual event you have ever been to. So if you have not got a ticket, we only have 70 spots left, and there's been 230 claimed in 3 days. So just to let you know, like, they're going fast. Don't say we didn't tell you, all right? So grab your spot inside of Make-a-thon so that we can mail you this box. You're going to get and to be able to complete all the classes live with us. And it's going to be so affordable. Guys, the cost of enrolling is like one night of a hotel. So you're not having to leave home. Travel. You're saving time, money, energy, effort, so you can craft more with your Makers Gonna Learn family. I do want to bring up a great question that some people brought up in our customer care inbox. Someone said, Tanner, is this hosted on Zoom? The quality's bad, it's hard to replay, things like that. It's so funny you all have been asking. Here's what we're doing, which I think you're gonna be really a big fan of.
Yes.
So it's really awesome. We're going to live stream the event on YouTube, but we're still offering our breakout room on Zoom.
Right, so it's gonna be a hybrid because we liked having the idea, and actually it was one of those things we had toyed going back and forth with Zoom, and it was the beginning of the week. I was like, you know what, I need to bring this to Tanner, and when I brought it to him, he was like, girl, I'm on the same page, we're on the same page.
I was already thinking that.
So we love having the idea of the breakout room.
Yes.
We wanted to keep that, but the quality, having that many people on Zoom at one time did bump the quality down, and it was a little bit harder. So we are going to live stream it unlisted on YouTube so you get the quality.
And let me explain, when it comes to quality, you can actually, since we're using our unlisted like YouTube event, only ticket holders can, of course, attend. It's not here on the channel. When you are there, you can stream it to your TV. So that's one thing a lot of people wanted to do last year that didn't have the capability, is put it on their TV. If they have vision trouble, anything like that, you will be able to cast it to your television, watch along, craft along, will be in your home.
Yes.
So yeah, we're just taking care of every, question, everything. I think the chat's better here on YouTube, things like that. And it is so much fun. So Mary Ann, how much for the class in boxes? This promo is very special. You get a huge discount. It's not $197, it's only $147. So you get the money savings and you get the book for free, or the box for free. Only the 300. All right, so we have confirmed 300 of this exact box. After that, we're going to reimagine the box and see if we can do more. So stay in touch. So
now,
yay!
and also ask if there's a reason that can't be on the live for Make-a-thon. Is there a replay? Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
And we're going to house that replay on your member dashboard as well, so that you have lifetime access to that.
Yes.
So
yes,
do
yes,
not
yes.
fret if you can't attend the whole day, or
High quality replays.
Right, you're going to get those high quality replays. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and break it down so that you get class segments. So you don't have to sit and listen to all of the chit chat of the day, which, because y'all know we love to chit chat. I mean, who doesn't?
It's so fun. Janice, do you need a membership to do Make-a-thon? No, you do not. I will say it's highly recommended to be a member, just because you'll know our terminology. But if you love the channel, for some reason you're not a member, please let me know why. That's so funny. But yeah, if you want to come to Make-a-thon, I think it's a great way to try out what we do other than just being live here. So yeah, we're excited to have the breakout room where you can come on, ask questions, show us where you're stuck, and we can help you get unstuck.
Yes.
So yay, love it. There will be a replay available. Watch on your TV. So much fun. It is so good. So be sure, claim your ticket, last 70 of this version of the box. And if you sign up for your membership, 75 off, lowest price of the year. You guys have no idea. I want you to craft alongside us. And when you have a membership, think about that. You're getting everything we have, all right? And what that means is you're getting so much of our files, our fonts, over 60 craft classes on demand on our class area of the member site. We'll show them that today, because there's so many good ones that you could watch on demand that have never been on YouTube, never been taught. We save our best projects, more advanced projects for the membership. And one thing to think about is when you're a member, you can use all of our files, and all of our files are used on the channel. So we don't use any other company's files, only our files. So then you unlock a lot more when you're a member. Same with fonts. So much fun. We love it. Let us know what questions you guys have. Tell me about this craft today.
So today we're making a door sign.
It's nice.
I love this door sign, and we're going to be working with multiple colors. So it's something that might seem a little bit daunting, but I don't want you all to fret, because we are going to be layering paint on top of stain.
Oh, can we just pause? I'm sorry, I want to address this. I had two questions. I want to get it. So Kim says she's been advised that the bonus for signing up is for U.S. residents only. Kim, my friend, you have been misinformed. Go to the sign up page. There is international. So right under enrollment for U.S., we have international. It's $20 more. That just covers your shipping, and you can have a box too, my friend. I love that. And then another friend said, if I signed up already this year and I want to add a box, am I already getting one sent to me, or do I need to add it? You need to add it. So just email customer service. We've emailed you already on Monday. Go ahead and let us know, and we will be super, super fun. So yay, I cannot wait to get you guys a box. If you want one, it's not mandatory to have one if you had bought in pre-enrollment. All right, so good. Back to your project. So sorry.
You're fine. You are perfectly fine. So we are going to be teaching you best practices when it comes to creating your stencils with your Cricut. This one specifically, we're gonna be able to use one sheet. We're not gonna have to break it into multiple multiple cuts. So we're gonna be able to do it all in one cut, which I love. And then we're just going to add in the different colors. I really think you all are going to thoroughly enjoy this project. And really what I want to make sure you all walk away from today is knowing and understanding the importance of adding a special little layer so that you don't get runs on your stencils.
Yes, it's gonna be a good hack.
It is. It's a great one.
Yeah,
so
I love it.
If we are ready,
I think we're ready. Let's take a look at supplies.
Go over to the craft table and check out our supplies.
The supplies aren't too bad.
They're not, and most of this you might already have at home. So, first of all, let's start with the, let's take a minute. Let's look at this, how beautiful. I love it. So let's look at the star of the show, which is the wood round. Now, you don't have to go out and buy this specific wood round. This one came from Hobby Lobby. The reason that I chose this one is because, y'all, on the back, it already has a pre-drilled keyhole. So I love that. If you want to hang it on a nail, you can do that. It already has the pre-drilled keyhole. If not, if you want to add ribbon here to hang it from a door hanger, you can do that. We are not for this one specifically just because it has this. So this is a 19.5-inch wood round. So it is pretty large. Like, you can see how big this is. It's fairly large.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do a smaller version, absolutely, you can do that. So that is the wood round that we are working with for today. If you, like I said, if you wanted to make a smaller one, Amazon has some really, really good, like 12-inch thin wood rounds that you could do, that you could work with. But for a door sign, I really like working with larger ones. Okay. What is the preferred size circle for a standard door? I think for a standard door, this 19.5 is probably gonna be like anywhere between 15 and 20 is gonna be what's standard. Because, but 14, like Trudy says, I'm working with a 14-inch round. Y'all, you work with what you have, okay? This is just what we decided to use today. So, next thing that we did is we did pre-stain this wood. Now, the reason that I pre-stained the wood is because it is extremely hard to get a stencil to stick to wood that you have just applied stain to. And we'll go overhead and show you what stain that we do like to use. Minwax is hands down my favorite. And y'all, if you've been around this channel, you know that Early American is my go-to. I honestly, I think it's all of our go-to here. Yes, I just think it is a nice, warm, rich color without being too overly orange. It's not too dark. I just really, really love the color of the Early American stain. So I did pre-stain this. It has sat. If you are going to pre-stain, I would give no less than 48 hours for this to dry and cure. So, just so you know, really give yourself enough time to pre-stain and let this dry. But this is the stain that we use. Like I said, Minwax Early American. Love this. Next, you are going to need your paints. Now, these are the colors that we are going to be using today. This is just your primary red. This is a forest green. This is a Hauser medium green. And then we have this brown sugar color. Now, I know you're looking, and we'll go to the top front. You're looking at this and you're like, well, Lauren, there's not a brown paint on that. There is. You just can't see it. So that's going to be the key. I also will have to, if you could text Courtney and have her bring in the white chalk paint. And I also forgot to grab the heat gun. I did use the Starcraft chalk and mineral paint in linen white for this up here as well. But other than that, we'll go back overhead. These are the 4 other colors that we are going to use. Now, it depends on this color right here. Let's pull this guy out. Let's pull this brown out. This color is going to be dependent on what the base of your wood round is. Whether you use stain, whether you decide to paint this thing, it doesn't matter. This fourth color or whatever, this is going to be determined on the color of your base. So if I had decided to paint this wood round white or off-white, you're gonna keep that off-white. Or if you paint it red, you're gonna do a couple different layers of this red, and I'll show you why here in just a minute. And that's going to be the key. Oh, is it dried out? Oh, it's almost dried out. It's very close. No, it's fine, that'll work. Thank you, ma'am, thank you, thank you. But this color is going to be key in keeping those runs, okay? Now, the next thing that you're gonna need, we do have some paint brushes. That's just a given, we're gonna be painting. We do have some ribbon. We are gonna be working with a 12 by 24 inch mat just because this is larger than 12 inches. We are gonna keep the width of it within 12 inches, but it is gonna be longer than 12 inches, so we are gonna work with a 12 by 24. If you don't have a 12 by 24, you can break this up and do this in multiple cuts. I just prefer not to if I don't have to, okay?
Love it.
I am also gonna be working with the StarCraft. It's actually Star Mask, but it is the StarCraft masking stencil. You don't have to go out and buy this masking stencil if you don't want to. You can actually just use regular vinyl if you want to. This is just what we normally use when we are making stencils, and I just prefer to stick with it. I'm kind of a creature of habit. Once I get used to doing something with one specific thing, I stick to that.
Yes.
So this has worked, so that's why I'm staying with that. And then last but not least, we are gonna be using a staple gun and a hot glue gun for the elements on the top of our sign, okay?
Perfect.
So we have quite a few things here on the table, but I don't want you guys to fret. I don't want you to worry. We are going to go through all of this together. I'm gonna make this as simple and streamlined of a process as I can. And I think by the end of today, you're really gonna be like, oh, yeah, Lauren, I can definitely do that. If you feel like this is something daunting that you can't do, I hope by the end of our time together, you're gonna feel like that's definitely something that I can do, okay?
Yes.
So, with all of that being said, I'm gonna move some of this stuff out of the way because I feel like we have a lot here on the table. I'm actually gonna take this down and get it out of the way so that we can see a little bit better and I have a little bit more room to work. And we're just gonna go ahead and hop over into Design Space so that you can see what we're working with, and then we will go from there.
Woohoo!
Yes.
So good.
Okay, so now that we're here in Design Space, you can see this is similar to what we want our finished product to look like. So we are gonna be working with two separate fonts today. This font is Hunter, this one is Twirls and Swirls, and then we are going to be working with one cut file, okay? So the first thing that we need to do is we need to go ahead. I feel like it goes from 0 to 60 when I go from 50 to 25.
Isn't it funny?
It's so funny. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to make sure we have all of our cut files and all of our fonts downloaded. I do know that we do not have Hunter downloaded on this computer specifically, so let's go ahead and hop over to our website. And from here, we are gonna just go straight to our fonts, and we are going to start downloading the fonts, okay? Now, remember I talked to you guys yesterday about favorites? So, let's go back, before I download this font, actually let's search the font because I love Hunter. Hunter is one of my favorite fonts, #1, okay? So, I decided that, you know, I think Hunter is one of those fonts that I personally might use multiple times. So what do I need to do if I'm a Maker's Gonna Learn member? Well, first of all, I need to download it onto my computer. #1, download it, because once you download our fonts, they're yours. And then I'm going to install it onto my computer. But the next thing that I want to do is I want to go back to the website, and the reason that I want to do this is because although I know that I have it downloaded on my computer, I'm the type of person that when I am creating something, I don't go to my font book or I don't go to my character map and scroll through all the fonts. I actually go to our website and scroll through fonts that way.
Yeah,
and I know
that.
It sounds silly, but it's just a lot more like I can type out a word. So for example, I can type out, let's just type out Lauren. I can type out my name and see if I like that font without having to put it in Design Space, duplicate it, and try everything out, okay? So if I know that Hunter is a font that I might be using for multiple projects, after I download it onto my computer, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm gonna hit that heart button.
Yes, and that way when you go to your favorites, you know, if you're signing in on your phone or your iPad or a different computer, like you can just, hey, I'm gonna log on to Makers, I'm gonna go over to my favorites, and I'm gonna go get all of my favorite things on this new device.
Right.
So it's a great way to just keep everything together.
Yes. So now you all may be wondering, well, she hit that heart, but like what even happens? Like where does it go? Let me show you. First thing you're going to want to do is go to your dashboard. I talked about this yesterday, and I'm going to talk about it again, and I feel like I'm going to preach to the choir, and I'm going to preach to myself for a minute too, because I don't use favorites as much as I should either. If you are a Makers Gonna Learn member, here is where you need to live most of your life if you're not searching for cut files and fonts. Is right here in your dashboard, because here you're going to be able to see everything that you have access to in one location. So once I hit that heart, you can see here in the bottom left corner, I have my favorites. So what I can do is click my favorites. It's going to take me to a different web page, and you can see Hunter is right there, as well as some other ones that we have favorited. I mean, you all saw me yesterday, we talked about it. If you are a Cricut Access user, but something has been holding you back about sticking just with Makers Gonna Learn because of those extended shapes, yesterday I favorited like 4 of those extended shapes because we do have them, just in case you guys didn't know. So, one other thing while we're at the dashboard that I did not talk about yesterday were our classes, and Tanner did talk about this a while ago, and I just want to make sure that you all know and understand how many classes you get access to instantly when you sign up for Makers Gonna Learn. You can click your classes and look, all of these. So here are the March 2023 boot camps. Here is Design Space Supercharged that we did. These are all of our member only classes. I mean, y'all, we're just gonna keep scrolling. Other classes we have.
What I've done, let's talk about other classes as you scroll through, just so everyone knows, this is kind of like a Makers Gonna Learn vault, as in this is our like whole memberships, like top classes. Like if it's a quality class that, you know, the quality's good, the project's good, everything like that, you still have it under that other class area. I've even given you some that used to be in, you know, other products that I thought would be very helpful for you. So past courses we don't sell anymore. I pulled 1 or 2 things out and just like popped it in there as a, you know, just a gift to all of our members. So
there's that building wooden frames that I don't think a lot of people, that's definitely
click
one.
On that? Just let
we're going to click
know.
on a heart first, put it in our favorites, because who doesn't need to build their own wooden frames?
So when you watch this training,
I mean, y'all,
I did a really poorly produced version back in the day before it was really popular. And then this program just became super popular. So if you click play, you can see we brought in like a whole production team to film at our old office back in the day. And then we just teach it. So if you've never built frames before, anything like that, I teach you exactly how to build frames.
Love
it's so much fun. So definitely, you know, if you're an old member, be sure to utilize that. And if you're a new member, be sure to utilize that. So,
yes, for sure. So your dashboard is where everything is going to be housed. That's where you're going to find all of those courses, classes, all of that stuff will be here. So let's go back. We downloaded Hunter onto our computer, but just because you downloaded it onto your computer does not mean that Cricut Design Space is going to recognize that. So if you are working on something, what you have to do, and I feel like I say this every single time, okay? We are going to have to click save, And then from there, we're gonna go to view and we're gonna reload, and that way Design Space is going to re-upload and recognize all of the fonts that we have. Now, we did have a friend just ask us, do your files also work on a Brother Scan and Cut? I'm so glad that you asked that. Our files actually work on any type of machine you have, ranging from your Cricut, a Silhouette, Brother Scan and Cut, a laser. If you have a laser, you can use SVG files, PNG files in the laser world. So it's not, Cricut doesn't have Cricut specific files. We just use your basic PNG, which is your portable network graphic, and SVGs, which is your scalable vector graphic. So those work on all die cutting machines across the board, just so you know. And we do have a pretty basic Brother Scan and Cut course within our membership, if that's something you have.
As well as Silhouette. So we have Brother Scan and Cut, Cricut, and Silhouette all available for you guys. Super fun.
Yes.
Love
so
it.
It is housed in there. We do mainly work with Cricut. That's just because that's what the majority of our members have. But we do also know how to and our files do work with other die cutting machines. So now that we have reloaded Design Space, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this over to the side, and we are going to, we got to go back. Now I do have Twirls and Swirls downloaded on this, but just in case, we'll go back to our fonts. I'll show you where you can find it. A lot of, if I can spell.
So funny.
Let's try this again. Twirls. A lot of times I don't type it all out. Here is your Twirls and Swirls. Love it. So the next one that we're going to use is a cut file, and we're going to manipulate a cut file just a little bit. So we're going to type in Christmas tree. And once that pulls up, this is the Christmas tree that we are going to be using. So we're going to click that arrow pointing down. From there, once it's downloaded, you're going to double click that. Open it up, make sure you double click it again. If you see this folder, it's meaning that you need to unzip this file. So we're gonna double click it again, make sure it gets unzipped, and then we're gonna pop back over to Design Space, and we're gonna start uploading and creating all of our elements for this wood round, okay? So the first thing that I want to do is I want to bring in a basic shape that's going to represent the wood round that we're working with. So I'm going to scroll over here so that we can start from scratch and you all know what we're doing, okay? So I told you at the beginning when we were going over our supplies that we are working with a 19.5 or 19.5 inch wood round. So what you're going to do, just type in the size of your wood round, whether it's a 14, a 15, a 19.5, really it doesn't matter. You're just going to type in the size of your wood round. That way you have an idea of how big everything else needs to be. Now, if you want to change the color here, you can. I'll just go ahead and change it to like a tan color. Actually, it's going to be more of like a brownish, you know, close enough. So here is going to represent our wood round, okay? Next thing I want to do is I want to bring in my Christmas trees. So I'm gonna go to the left-hand side down here where it says upload. I'm going to upload image. Now you can browse or you can drag and drop. Let me show you what it looks like when you browse. If you were to browse, what you would do is just go to your recent downloads. Here you can see we have the Christmas tree, and then you are going to select the SVG version and open that up on your browser, okay? Now we are using the cut image, and we're just gonna click upload. And this is the only file. The other two things that we're gonna be working with are fonts. So this is the only file that we're gonna be working with. So we don't need to download anything else. We're going to select that and we're gonna add it to our canvas, okay? So now you can see these trees look a lot different than these trees. Why is that? Well, one, because there are two elements on this tree that we did not use specifically for this project. So there are a few things you can do. If this was all one layer, what you would do is you would contour, but if you look at your layers panel, you can see that all of these different colors are their own layer, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna select the star because we don't want it, and we're just gonna click delete. And then we're gonna select the trunk because once again, we don't want it, and we're just gonna click delete. And then that's just going to give us the first portion of the Christmas tree that we're looking for, okay?
Love it.
Now, we are adding a second Christmas tree, smaller and kind of behind it. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna duplicate that. I'm gonna size that down, and we're just gonna place it, and I'm actually gonna move it back and kind of position it where I want it. Now, this is not the final product that we want, and let me tell you why. As you can see here, we have space in between these because we want to make sure we differentiate the two. When you are looking at this one, you can see there is no space. So I'm sure you're wondering, well, Lauren, how did you get to that point? What you're going to do, you're going to select the first tree, okay? Now this is one where I need everyone to stop multitasking, pay attention, because this is going to be a key portion of when you are designing certain things, and it's really gonna help you in lots of different areas, okay? So we want to leave a space between both these trees. So I have selected my front tree. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to offset, and I'm going to add a small offset. So 0.25 is a little large for my liking. So I'm gonna pull it down to about a 0.15. You can play around with this, make it bigger or smaller, but we're gonna stop here at 0.15, okay? We're gonna apply that. Now you see there's that black. We still don't want that to cut out. So what I'm gonna do is with the offset selected, I'm going to choose the layer behind it, the smaller tree, and then we are going to slice. Now
Amazing.
You're like, Lauren, what did you just do? You just messed up your stuff. Trust me, when we start deleting everything, you're gonna understand. So I want to always delete the offset. So here on our layers panel, the black offset, and then the other black portion I'm deleting, okay? And then I'm also going to get rid of that portion, and that leaves our slice tree here and our front tree still intact. Now you see we have this area between the two, just like we do over here. Look how beautiful.
Amazing.
And look how much better this looks than it did before. It's just so much. I just think it gives it such it makes it feel like that tree is really in front of the one behind it.
Yeah.
You know? So once you have your trees, I'm just gonna go ahead and select both of them. We're just gonna go ahead and group them together just because I want them to stay together. Here is where you can resize and do all of this. They're gonna stay where they are. That's okay, so we're just gonna group these together. And now we're gonna start assembling our words to our sign. So the first part is we're going to use, which I love this saying on the sign, I like them real thick and sprucey. Mm-hmm. That's kind of a throwback to Baby Got Back. So in case you guys didn't know. So we're gonna grab our text and then we're gonna bring it over here. I'm gonna size it up. We'll resize everything in a minute. And I'm going to start with the font Hunter. So I'm gonna go to our fonts, our system fonts, and then we are going to type in Hunter.
Beautiful.
And then we are going to start the process, and I'm gonna do I like, okay? And then I'm gonna hit enter, them. Now, why did I do this? The reason that I did this is because I want them offset, so I'm going to keep this selected, come up here to advanced, and I'm going to ungroup to lines, okay? So now I can manipulate I like and them where I want them. I can really place them exactly where I want them. Now, you can also go ahead and select them both if you're thinking, that's a little bit bigger than I wanted it to be. Make sure you select both layers and resize them together, because we don't want to, one thing you never want to do, especially with this specific one, I don't want to make I like and so much bigger than them, because it just looks kind of off. Now, if that's something that you do, what you can do to fix that is select them, look at your font size. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna copy that font size, select I like, and paste that font size back in there and hit enter, and now they're the exact same size again, okay? So if you forget to resize them together, don't worry, you can go back and make them the same size just by copying and pasting that font size so that they become the same size, okay? So now we kind of have this where we want it, and let's go ahead and select them both, and we'll change these to white because that's the color that we're working with. We'll change these to that green just because that's the color they're going to be green. So now we want, and now that I'm looking at this, I can already tell you these trees, and this is going to be a lot bigger than it should be, but we'll get there. So now we're going to do real thick and sprucey. So pretty much the same concept. We're gonna grab our text. I'm gonna make it bigger just because. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna do twirls and swirls. Boom. And we're gonna type in real thick and then okay? Real thick and then the ampersand and sprucey. Beautiful. Once again, I'm gonna go to advanced, ungroup to lines, just because I feel like I really can get exactly what I want that way. So sizing them both down, bringing them in, grabbing my and sprucey, pulling it up, and then boom. Maybe my eyes are just off, but I swear I feel it's completely straight. But I feel like it's like closer here than it is here. But I guess it's because of the ampersand. It's the capital S.
I will say the ampersand just makes it look a little more unbalanced than it truly is.
Yeah.
And like if you look at the real thick, like those have like, you know, the capital T and you know all those too. So
right.
It's really neat.
Okay. So now you have your basic size. Now, one thing that you do want to do, if you are wanting to make sure that this stays on and you have it on one cut, you're going to want to make sure you select all of your layers and look at your sizing. So here we can see that it is 12.7 in width or height, and it has to be, for it to fit on a 12 by 24 inch mat, it has to fit underneath, it has to be 11.5 or smaller. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna select that and do 11.5. And it doesn't size it down too awful much, but you can see like now I can get this all on one cut and it gives me more room to work with. Now, like I said, if you don't want this to, if you wanna make this bigger to really fill up your space, you can do so. But like I said, for today's project, we're not going to. We're gonna do this all one cut, okay? Yeah, if you wanted to make the ampersand a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller to make it feel a little bit more balanced, you could do that. How I would do that is I would go to advanced with this layer selected, ungroup that to letters, grab this ampersand and just size it down a little bit. And then once I sized it down, you would have to select sprucey all together, okay? And then we would go to align and align them. No, we don't. No, ma'am, we don't. We want to select sprucey all together, and we're going to combine them back, okay? And then the ampersand, and then align, and we're going to center them like that.
Wow.
There we go. That's what we would do.
And looking back, I think I liked it bigger.
I know. I know. But it's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good. Lauren isn't saving material. Actually, it kind of is saving material. Oh, Lord, what happened there?
Oh, no.
Oh. Anyway, we kind of are because, I mean, yes and no. I don't know.
We're always saving material. We had a conversation in the Facebook group. Somebody was like, can we talk about like excess material? And listen, y'all, when you make a post on the Facebook group and you kind of telling yourself in your post like what type of answer you're looking for. Well, this person was like, I just don't know what to do with all these scraps. Like, should I toss them? Should I organize them? And I said, let me be the friend to tell you. Just throw them away. You're not using them.
Yeah.
And she's like, I see where you're at. I understand. Mm-hmm. So good.
Yes. So now that you've done all of that, I'm actually going to go back to the original because I think Alicia did a really good job placing all of this stuff. So I'm going to cut the original and I just like to show you guys how to fix everything. So I'm going to size this one back down to 11.5. And then we're going to move this. See, she just, for some reason, hers just looks so much better than mine looks. But you get the idea.
Happens.
You get the idea. So because I want this all cut on one layer, yes, we have this, are we in design space? Okay. So yes, we have this color coded the way that we want it, but for it to cut all together, you have to, oh yeah, the E did need to come out of Sprucey, that's right. That was my fault. You have to attach it together. So yes, it looks weird because it changes it all to one color, but we know that we want this in the white, these in the green. We know what we want everything, okay? So now what you're gonna do is we're gonna go to make it. Oh, you're gonna actually hide your circle and then we're gonna go to make it. Beautiful. We are doing this on the mat, on a 12 by 24 inch mat. And you can see we just need to cut our material down to about 18 inches. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move my wood round out of the way for just a minute. I'm going to bring in my 12 by 24 inch mat. I'm going to lay my material down on the top, get it as straight as I can. And then my favorite thing to do is to cut things on the mat. Now, this may seem scary for some of you guys, and it can be if you've never done it, but I don't want it to be scary for you guys. This True Control knife is, first of all, watch us not have one in here.
Oh, I saw one on the craft table outside.
Now, while he's going to grab me this True Control knife, this is one of those things that, and I feel like Tanner has talked about it, and said it multiple times, how this is something that Cricut gave us and we didn't know that we needed. As crafters, we didn't know that we needed. We were used to working with X-Acto knives. We were not, and X-Acto knives have a very small handle on them. There's one in the little twirly thing on Alicia's desk. You find, oh, beautiful. You even got my lavender one that I always work with. This is one tool that I think Cricut hit it out of the park with, but this is how I like to save materials. I don't pre-cut my materials. I wait till I'm on my mat to see how far I need to cut it, and then I come down here and I use my pinky as a guide to try to keep a straight line. And someone told me, when you are trying to cut a straight line, don't look at the line you are cutting, look at where you want to go.
Wow, no, that's a hack. We're putting that in the hack book.
Putting that in the hack book.
Guys, if you continue, I know a lot of you are renewing your memberships this holiday season, like you've been previous members. I'll let you guys know, I have spent the whole show just coming up with how we're going to create this hack book.
Oh.
And I think it's going to be really, really good. So you have to be a member. So if you're on the fence about continuing or joining in general, we have a hack book coming in 2024.
Wow.
So it's going to be really good. It's
I
going to
love
be really
it.
good. We can't
I love
wait.
it. Okay. So we are going to be using Stencil vinyl. So let's just type in Stencil vinyl.
So fun.
Done. And then our Cricut is going to cut our stencil for us.
So good.
Does anybody have any questions so far?
Ooh, let us know.
Everybody is loving the hack.
What I'm hoping
idea.
for, y'all, what I'm hoping for is it will be, it's going to have a book, like there's going to be like a printout book, but there's also going to be like some video instruction of like how to use the hack, like, and I have an idea in my head how like we're going to like make this happen. So it's going to be really, really good.
So is this something that you've been over there scheming while I've been talking?
Well, handling a couple of things. I have a very sick baby at home, dealing with that, and on top of thinking about that. So it's been fun. I'm really excited because we've had this on the forefront for a while. This isn't the first conversation we've had about the hack book, but we try to do like something new every year. And I think this will be like such value for all of you, whether you're becoming a new member or you're an old member, but we have so many hacks and like tricks up our sleeves.
Yeah.
We need to condense it for y'all. So it'll be super special.
Yep. Yeah.
So fun.
Kristen says, don't you love how easily it is to weed the star mask? Yes. So this stuff is, it weeds so good. It's so good.
It's awesome.
So good.
Amy, if you're wondering how you'd split it up if you don't have this size mat, you would want to watch a training on how to do a larger than mat project and get inspired from that video to do the stencil. Lauren, do you have any tips on what you would do?
If I were to split this up, I would do the trees separate. I would cut the trees by themselves.
Which would be really easy.
I would cut the I like them by themselves. And then I would cut the real thick and sprucey separate.
Yes.
Now, I think the real thick and sprucey might be where you come in with some issues. You might have to cut real separate from thick and the ampersand separate from sprucey, because the length on that is going to be probably the widest part of this. And I'll look at it here in a minute, but you would just have to separate things out all kind of like separate, just have them different colors, and you would have to manually line them up on your wood round yourself, which can be done. Like, it's definitely possible. Does it make it a little bit more difficult to get it all lined up perfect? Yeah, but you know what? You can do it. I have 100% faith in you.
Yes.
How is stencil vinyl different than removable vinyl? You know what? They're pretty even. I don't know that stencil vinyl works really, really well if you are working with a painted surface, because it doesn't pull up your paint.
Yes. That's
the biggest thing with regular vinyl and stencil vinyl. It's like stencil vinyl has the tack that you need to not get, it's like stencil vinyl has the tack that you need to not get runs, but at the same time it has just as less tack so that it doesn't pull up paint.
Right,
Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, definitely.
If the stencil is 11.5, why do you need a large mat? Because it's longer.
Yes.
It's 11 and a half this way, but it's longer than 12 inches this way.
Love it. So R. Bowers says, I'm trying to convince my husband to let me get the annual membership. Can you remind me the difference between monthly and annual? So here's the couple of things you need to know about annual versus monthly. I love monthly members. You're going to see as we enter in next year that monthly is going to become like probably our most popular tier, just like of new members. Previously, we have only tried to get you to go straight to yearly, but why I don't recommend monthly right now, I'll do the math. So if you're signing up for a monthly membership compared to yearly, if you sign up for yearly compared to monthly, excuse me, hold on. So 12 times 11 minus 195, because your enrollment fee today is 195 for yearly. If you enroll and say yes to the year membership, it's only 195 because you're getting that 75 off and every year after. All right, every year after. Now, what I want you to know is, guess how much you're saving? Because it's only $195. You're saving $129.
Oh my goodness.
$129 over the course of a year, going yearly versus monthly. That's number one. Number two, you get to attend our Christmas Year Member Summit, which is coming up in December. They're amazing projects, y'all.
Oh my goodness.
Get
they
ready
really are.
for that Year Member Summit. Number two, so if you're considering upgrading your membership, number one, you have $129 of savings. Number two, you have the Year Member Summit. And the icing on the cake today, my friends, when you say yes to the year membership, the Master Your Cricut 30-Day Challenge workbook is mailed straight to your door from your Makers Can Learn family. So that is why right now, because of the $75 off discount code, it is a no-brainer to go yearly rather than monthly. And it's a no-brainer if you are monthly, you already love us. If investing $195 up front is not a big deal to you, enjoy that savings. Like, it is just a gift from us to you. It's so much fun. So
I need you to Google, is sprucey supposed to have an E or not supposed to have an E?
It's not supposed to have an E.
Okay, you Googled it?
I did.
Okay, thanks.
Love it. So Shannon says, when you get a membership, does the price stay the same as when you joined, or do price increase apply to everyone? So Shannon, you are locked in at the price that you joined at, number one, but some coupon codes do not grandfather in. They're just for that first year, first month, things like that. This coupon code, 75OFF, grandfathers you in for lifetime. As long as you do not cancel, you keep that price. Your price, the $195, is your price. It will not go to $270, next year or anything like that. So I love it. So good.
Okay, couple things that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
I really want to address, this is the last piece that I'm weeding. First of all, Renee says that I know you're a professional, but you always make me nervy when you weed with the True Control knife. Listen, honest to goodness, the True Control knife is one of my favorite things to weed with. I know that it's...
Stop it. Are you weeding with the True Control knife?
I've weeded this whole thing with the True Control knife.
No way.
Yes, I have.
Interesting.
Because it is literally normally the closest thing to my hand, so that's what I grabbed to weed.
And it's pretty sharp.
And I can do it at an angle and poke it in and pull it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number one, yes.
Yes. So good.
Barb Googled it and said it did have an E.
So I was researching, and I think there possibly could be two different spellings. So sprucey or sprucey, and sprucey with an E is an alternative form of sprucey with no E.
What?
Compare it to more sprucey. Is it sprucey or sprucey? No E is formed within English. Yeah, it's no E with the Oxford Dictionary.
It could be either way.
I think it is one word. So yeah, sprucey means neat or stylish in appearance. You're sprucey, Lauren. You're neat and stylish in appearance.
But I'm talking about sprucey like a spruce tree.
Yeah, so that's the one without an E.
Okay. So
that's why I think it's no E.
So sprucey is like spiffy.
Yes, the one with an E, I believe, is like neat or stylish in appearance.
Okay. That's okay.
Again, God bless us. We are not English, nothing. Okay.
I mean, I feel like I am.
Okay, Lauren is. I'm not.
But like that's one that I feel like kind of like gray and gray.
Oh,
is it G-R-A-Y or G-R-E-Y?
Let's not start that debate today, please. It's almost Friday.
I'm just saying. Can you use removable vinyl as well, Sherry? Yes, if that's what you have, you absolutely can.
Let me tell you, my favorite secret is to just use whatever ugly color vinyl that you're never going to use as your stencil. That's my tip.
Yes. You know what? We stopped because I wanted y'all to see how this weeds with a True Control knife. I'm like, normally with like little pieces like this, I get so nervous, but y'all watch this. Not nervy at all. I'm just ripping it up.
What are you doing?
You're
getting crazy.
I know I'm getting crazy. Getting crazy. No E. Grammar Police said no E. Gray is the British version. And you know what? It is what it is.
Love it.
So now that we are here, there it is. Also, someone asked to see a close-up of my hat. I will show that in a minute.
I love it. And Lauren's using her favorite transfer tape. Let us know in the comments if you've ever used this transfer tape. It's from Caesar. What is the official name? I'm sure it's in the supply list down below.
I just think it's the Caesar transfer tape.
Yeah, Caesar transfer. It's really a unique material. So super, super fun.
Yep. And then what I am going to do while it is still on the mat, because I'm the world's worst at pulling off a whole thing of transfer tape and it's sticking together and like me losing it and not being able to use it.
Yeah.
So what I like to do is I like to lay down. Can they see this in the shot? Yeah. Okay, beautiful. I like to lay down this part first. And then grab my squeegee here. And then pull it out this way.
Amazing. Lauren, did you make your hat?
I did make my hat.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
I did make my hat.
I love that. Cindy Ann, you heard it here first. She made the hat.
I did make my hat.
Love that.
And the reason being is because I did, and I think I talked about it, that I wore this hat on a live not too long ago. The reason I made it is because I saw one that I really liked, and this other girl was making them, and she did a phenomenal job on hers, don't get me wrong, and I was like ready with my credit card out to purchase it because, you know what? Crafters support crafters, small business supports small business, absolutely. She was wanting $65 for it.
Listen, we teach
and honest
every
to
day
goodness, like the hat that she
price.
made was like her price is her price, and y'all, she sold out in like 10 minutes.
Isn't that
and
funny?
Praise her for that.
But I bet you made yours in 10 minutes.
I did. And hers is the way that they made hers. It was like very symmetrical.
Yeah.
And I didn't want symmetrical.
I mean, not to be rude at all, but it just looks so curated. I just assumed you bought it.
No,
you know what I mean?
made it. I curated it for myself.
I love that. I love that.
And I'm in the process of getting stuff to make a black one, too.
Ooh, and my friends at home, like if you're ever considering or confused about pricing your projects, what I want to tell you is like Lauren's like a rock star, all-star crafter, so there shouldn't be very many projects that she wouldn't feel comfortable like giving a spin at herself, and you guys at home. Like you may not ever understand why somebody would pay as much as the price is, kind of like Lauren's saying, because you're a crafter. So know that the ideal customer isn't a crafter, so of course they're going to justify the price a lot better than you. So
yes,
love it.
So next thing I'm gonna do, we'll just go to one for right now. First thing you want to do is before you lay your stencil down, you have to make sure, if you're using this specific round, make sure that your keyhole is at the top.
Yes, please do.
Please make sure that it's at the top. So here it's gonna be here, beautiful. Now, I will say this, like I'm not a fan of these lines on this round. It's giving me anxiety, but whatever, it's what we had. It is what we had, okay? So now, we are going to lay down our stencil. And what I like to do is I like to get an idea of where it goes first. So about right here, and then I'm gonna start from the middle and work my way out. And I believe that's not straight, not entirely in the middle. Now what you can do before, you can see I just laid it there instead of like pressing it down, because I'm a little bit, sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. We got 2 inches there. We got it close enough there. You know what? We're going to go with it.
Love
then
it.
We're going to start laying it down.
Love it, love it, love it.
Okay. Now, once we've got this laid down, I'm going to bring my burnishing tool back in, and I'm just going to make sure that it gets, and one thing I do love about this stencil vinyl, and let's look over here. Here's a good example. Can they see this lighter area here? Okay. One thing I love about the stencil vinyl is you can tell what portion you have burnished down, because watch this lighter get darker once I burnish it down.
Smart.
And I love being able to see like, oh, that portion needs to be burnished down more, that other portion doesn't, like we're good. So I'm just making sure all of this gets burnished down really, really well. And then once I have done that, we're gonna start the process of removal of the transfer tape.
And I will say this transfer, since you just applied like the stencil, like you could reuse that whole sheet.
Yes.
Like talk about something I love to save. Like I love to save big pieces of transfer tape like that.
Oh, for sure. You know me, I've got big pieces stuck to the side of my crafting table in there and has been there forever.
It's good to have.
So this is why it is very important if you are staining to let your stain cure and dry, because you can see, like, even now I have little tiny pieces that are trying to come up, but this is not giving me a hard time at all. Y'all, when I made the first one, I just did not have time. Like, I physically did not have enough time. I had to get the project done because we had to get pictures taken. I just did not have time to let it cure like I needed to. It took me a good, I'd say 15 minutes to get this transfer tape off and try to keep the stencil where it was supposed to be.
Crazy, crazy.
It was wild. Like this.
And I'll let you guys know, we only have 65 spots left for the mystery box. So if you're wanting to get the box, get in while you can. I want to clarify a few things. If you had bought a ticket before this week, so from March for 2024 to, you know, the last day of October, November 1st, whatever, you will need to add on a supply box if you want one. We've emailed you about it. We'll continue to email you about it while we have availability. But if you're new here, you haven't got a ticket yet, if you grab a ticket now, you're saving over $50. It's not $197, it's $147, and you get a free box included. All right, so just grab that ticket. It's only $147. We have a payment plan. It's super good, and we can't wait to see you guys at Make-a-thon, first Saturday of March. The projects are so good. Somebody asked for a sneak peek, and I was like, y'all, we can't even sneak them. They're so fun. Lauren, what sneak would you be willing to, what word would you say to describe these beautiful projects at Make-a-thon?
I don't know.
I'm really impressed with how,
y'all,
if you attended last year,
you
you must attend again because it's so good. Like, it's even better. Like, believe it or not, like, it's gonna be so good.
Okay, this is, Christina asked if this was stencil or permanent. This is stencil vinyl that we're using today. Also, I said do as I say, not as I do. I'm using this bottom half of this stencil vinyl
I support that.
As a paint thing because I didn't have a thing. So what we're doing now is we're going in and laying down a light layer of brown. Now, I'm sure we have friends that's like, what are you doing? What this is going to do is this is such a close brown to our stain. What this is going to do, if there is going to be any bleeding of paint, it is going to be this brown color, meaning that we're not going to see the bleeds. So if you just go in with white, that white is going to be stark against this brown stain. Yeah. So going in with a color that is similar, if not the exact same color. So if you were to paint this wood round, and let's say you painted it all red and you wanted the base to be red and everything else to be the other colors, what you're gonna do is with that same red, you're gonna come in here and do a very thin base layer of red. So that's why we are doing brown, because we are working with stain and we do not want this stuff to bleed because wood has grain and it's going to bleed. Okay?
Yes.
So we want to keep the bleeding as minimum as possible. So like I said, if this bleeds, it's going to be very similar to the brown color of the stain.
Yes, I love that. And this is such a fun project, guys. Like stenciling and like this form of crafts, like you're going to notice that, you know, it takes more time, but this like is the really fun part because the Cricut gets to be your like machine and like, you know, you're still doing the creative part, which is like the technique and things like that. So I always love doing these Christmas projects, and I know you guys will too.
So we did have a friend ask, why does some of my wood pull up if I use stencil vinyl? I've personally never had an issue with like a bunch of wood pulling up, But it is very important, and this is the same thing before you stain, before you do anything. It's very important to give your wood pieces a very nice sanding first, okay?
Yes.
Sanding your pieces is going to remove any imperfections that you do not want. So making sure you get a good nice sand before you do all of this, before you stain, before you add your stencil vinyl, all of this is going to help prevent those things from happening, okay?
Yep, love it, love it. And my friend, I know I've responded to your comment a couple of times. If you bought a ticket before, you know, for $97, you need to add on a supply box. So what you need to do is just go ahead, check your email customer service. It's $47 to add on a box. So simple, and you'll be able to add it on. Hope that clears that up for you. So good, love it. Oh, going to 143 Vinyl right now to get this vinyl right. It's so good. The hacks are hacking today, y'all. The hacks are hacking.
They are. And I'm trying my best to get through this pretty quickly. I know that we're crafting, we're having fun, but we want to respect your guys' time.
Yeah. I mean,
because you know what? We're just on our first layer of paint.
We're just getting warmed up. Everybody have a seat. Take a load off. But I will say the heat gun is going to really speed this up quite a bit.
Yes. Okay.
Is this just acrylic paint, Lauren?
Yes, this is just your standard multi-surface acrylic paint.
Love it. What color is the paint you're using right now?
Brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
Brown
Ooh.
sugar.
And this paint is from Deco Art, which...
This is Americana.
Americana Deco
We
Art.
do have...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're owned by Deco Art, sorry.
That's just a different...
Yeah.
One of them is probably older than the other.
One satin, they remodeled, they repackaged, you know. Love it.
Okay, so we're just giving this just a quick little one over. You don't want to leave it on your stencil too long.
Diana said, I just had a question about my membership. Send an email, received an answer within 10 minutes. Great customer service. Guys, when I say we have the best team ever, I'm pretty sure everyone on our team, like, they're so amazing. I just want you to be so aware that, like, every person on our team, who's the newest team member? Has anyone joined after Sadie? Has anyone joined? No one's joined after Sadie. So since January of 2022, so everyone on our team is Sadie, you've been here 2 years. That's crazy. And that's just like so fun. Like everybody is so good at what they do. They do everything so well. And you get really loved on when you're a member. So that's what customer service is there for. I know a lot of you love using the YouTube chat to like ask your questions, which I love. But really, if you have a question about a transaction, about something about your account, something that's not working for you, something that you want one-on-one help for, I've already paid for that for you by bringing in the best customer care team ever. Shout out to all of them because they just want to love on you and support you. Our team, we added this year for team meetings like 3 or 4 times a week in addition to our weekly call. And it's been really helpful. So our team is like closer than ever. We're so happy and so thankful. So good. So good.
So now I'm just going to start with the white just because I'm afraid the white is going to need the most layers. And once again, it's very, very, very important that we work with thin layers. You do not want to get it too thick the first time or really the second or third time. So it's very important we work with thin layers. Guys, very, very important. Like I even think that's too much right there just because I have a little bit here that I have to do. And I'm just trying my best not to get this white over here where the green is gonna go. Okay, so you can already tell like this white is gonna need another coat. That's okay.
Yes, that's
not a big deal.
What we're gonna do, since we're about to go into like a painting, heating, paint, like layering process, this is so fun to watch. I wanna do something like called Action Fire Q&A. So everyone drop some questions that you have for me, Lauren, the team, Sadie, anybody you want us to answer. Let us know in the comments, you know, about the membership, about our year, maybe about Black Friday, the event we're having, our Black Friday extravaganza on Black Friday. It's like our 4th or 5th year of doing that. We have so much fun. I'm trying to talk Lauren into committing to like a 12 days of Christmas or like a Craftsmas for December. I'm trying to see what we want to call it to do more giveaways and more fun. So let us know. Patricia says, do you have to subscribe for a year membership to receive a booklet, even though you are subscribed for monthly option? So Patricia, if you're a monthly member and you are just interested in the workbook, unfortunately it is just for if you upgrade. It's just like a little bonus gift. It's so much fun. So if you want to upgrade your membership, you can, and we'll mail this to you. So totally up to you, but yay. Megan says, what are the hours of the Black Friday event? That is such a great question, Megan. I think we kick off at like 11 a.m.
10 or 11.
10 or 11, and it's usually 5 or 6 hours. So I think last year, I feel like we do 11 to 4. That sounds right to me, typically. Something like that. We have a list. I can check.
Checking it twice.
So much fun. So much fun. What is the Black Friday event? It is a craft. Like, we just craft for 6 hours straight. We're crazy. We have some of the best projects. We have so much fun.
We also have a big
competition
that Lauren is not participating in this year.
Oh my gosh, Alicia and Courtney can go at it.
They are.
You've competed for years now.
I have.
So you're gonna have a break.
I'm done. I'm done for a minute.
I love it. Love it.
Y'all, I also just watched back last year's.
Oh my God.
And I don't want to talk about it.
So good. Who is heading off? We're going to have Alicia and Courtney go head to head probably. We'll have to see what they're going to do. Okay, if you're interested in monthly, you still get unlimited downloads, everything like that. You can go on the website to get that monthly membership. It's only $27 a month. So love it. Amy says, what goes on the yearly summit in December? So we're doing Christmas crafts for all our year members. We come together and host you a very special yearly member summit. And it is so fun. Love it. Oh no, is
mine or
Lauren's
his?
Oh no.
I got it.
Yay, we can fix it.
Nope, it's
so much
good.
Fun.
You got it now?
So much fun. Do they, is it on actual Black Friday? Of course, Karen.
Yep.
So much fun. Are you going to join forces with Maker's Magic? Robin, we love our friends at Maker's Magic, and Evan, he is a dear friend of mine. One of the only, I will say he's one of the handful of people that I talk to that work in the craft space that doesn't work here. So much fun. Monthly does not get the December summit. Yeah, that's just for yearly members. So much fun.
That is one of the yearly member perks.
Yeah, it's a yearly member perk. So good, so good. And I believe, just to let you guys know, the date on that yearly member summit.
December 7th.
December 7th. So much fun. Yay, love it.
If there's somebody that asks a question specifically to, like, will you let me know? Because
yes,
I'm
of course.
just
I will
rapid fire painting.
Yeah, you just paint away. No worries. Evan does the torch paste as well. And my friend, so regarding questions about your membership specifically, you would want to email customer service. I do think for you it would be a good idea to get grandfathered in at this promotion though. So much fun. Last year was a riot when Tanner spilled the polyacrylic. Was that 2021?
That was 2021.
Okay, yeah, it was a little while ago, but how crazy. How long is the Black Friday extravaganza? It's about 5 or 6 hours. We all have so much fun during it. So good, so good. Carolyn says, you got me, I'm joining now. We can't wait to see you inside. It is so fun. Guys, you can be a monthly member for $27. You can enjoy the membership at $195 for a year, like whichever one you want. Like, they're both great. They're both so good. So Lauren, I noticed you use regular paintbrushes. Do you ever use the sponge stencil brushes? No, we do not like it.
Maybe I should. I'm just a regular paintbrush girl through and through. Like, yeah. I don't know. I just feel like I lose so much with the foam brushes. Not lose. I don't know. Yeah. So our Black Friday event is housed on the YouTube channel. You will get emails about it. If you're not on our email list, we send you guys like 1 hour before the show reminders, replays of shows, so many good things, like all the crafts.
We've recently added in a weekly like roundup of projects that we love and are loving. So there's a lot of content in there, a lot of value. Could you add a hint of snow on the trees? Amy, you can do whatever you want. I love that idea for you. So much fun. So yay. Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
I do love the idea of adding just a little bit of snow. What I would probably do if
Kathy says it was 2022. She wasn't around in 21. Kathy, then you must be right. Oh, I think it was last year member summit.
Listen, they all run together.
That's so fun. Bethany says, love those email reminders. Yeah, we do too. We love supporting y'all. So Cindy says, doing family budget. Husband says his makers can learn success, a necessity or necessary. She said, I say you bet ya. It is. We are like way cheaper than how much I pay my therapist, y'all. Just to let you know. Some people say crafting's therapy, and like we're a fraction, like 2 sessions, and I've paid for a year membership. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So anyway. Oh, I love it.
My response to that is, you can either pay for my therapy or you can pay for my membership.
Amen. That's right.
Hashtag retweet.
Does Lauren dab off the excess water on the brush before adding the paint?
Yes, I actually like dry brushing best.
Yes, so good.
I like to dry brush. Honestly, for this specifically, I like to dry brush. Just because, and I'll tell you why. I was trying to use a brush while ago down here that I had put in the water, and it just started running everywhere. And
yeah.
I just like, for this specific project, I really like to dry brush.
Yeah, it's so good. So Jessica says, how to keep your mats from snapping from cutting on them. Mine keeps snapping. Jessica, I have, been cutting on the mat for a very long time now. I assume you mean craft knife cutting?
Yes.
I think just learning the proper pressure, and you could just continue practicing on those snap mats that you have. I know that sounds funny, but you just got to learn that perfect pressure, and then you'll never have that problem. I've used it and done it that way for years, and it's so, so good. So love it, love it, love it. Just ordered Maker's Magic. Will arrive tomorrow. Okay, for anyone, there was some comments about the price of Maker's Magic. And I'm, again, just like Ashley Falco, I told Evan I don't even want an affiliate link, like nothing. I just want to support my friends and products we like, okay? That's my heart. Number one, it is a little bit more expensive than Mod Podge. But what you're not understanding, and like you don't feel it, is it's the consistency of like polyurethane and polyacrylic. But I would say different and better in its own way. So that bottle will last you probably 2 or 3 times a bottle of Mod Podge, because Mod Podge is thicker, Mod Podge is like stickier and grimier, and like I was blown away. Please watch the videos and just be aware. I think it's like $20. It'll last you a very, very long time. Love it. Do you let this dry before removing the stencil, Lauren?
No, I'm not going to today.
Not today. Not today.
And actually, the couple times that I have done it while it's wet, it tends to peel better, because if it dries on the stencil, it wants to peel up everything with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, like these brushes just hold so much water.
They do. They do.
That's the one thing about these brushes that I don't want. But here I'm gonna have to use, I just stuck it in the water before I even thought about setting it over to the side. Normally I always, well, that's my first, let's try this. Okay, going back to the white, because the white has been dried for a minute.
So awesome. And yeah, so we're just going through all the paint. It is so good. Let us know any other questions that you
I think 2 layers will be good.
2 layers. Yay!
After we do this, we'll be good.
Awesome. So fun. Such a great one.
Does anybody have any more questions?
Yeah, let us know. We will gladly help answer them. I mean, this is such a fun project. It's a big one. It's a big guy. All right.
This is what takes the longest, is this part right here, just getting your layers down. So far we've done, this is going to be our 3rd layer of paint. So this is what's going to take the longest, but y'all, the results are going to be absolutely worth it.
Yes.
So worth it.
So much fun.
Now this 2nd layer of paint, I will say, I am doing a little bit thicker than my first layer just because it's already completely dry, so I don't have to like worry about it. And after this is done, I'm just gonna pull the stencil up.
Tammy, all of our upcoming events, most of them should be on the calendar. Here's what we're waiting on. Guess who comes back to work next week? Alicia. We're finalizing all of our trainings, all of our events, everything next week when Alicia's back, because we want to do it with her. We want to have fun with her. And I've been noticing like the past week or two, I'm like, oh, we'll just wait till Alicia gets back. Oh, we'll just get back. There's a lot of events added, but next week we'll start verifying and fine tuning like everything. So it'll be really good. I'm excited to have the team back together. I have a lot of big ideas for 2024. And it's gonna be really good. So we can't wait. We have some of the big events that you'll wanna be here for. It's our Black Friday event. Our after Christmas boot camp is always a blast, and it kicks off on December 26th, and it goes all the way into our big New Year's Eve event. I do have to say the New Year's Eve event, I think, is my favorite event.
I tend to agree.
It's like such a fun, like, end of the year kickoff. We love that event. So be sure to be there. If you're a yearly member, would I have to pay for the summits? So Amy, the only summit you would need to pay for is the Make-a-thon. Make-a-thon is its own program, its own event. But the year member summit, you get access to for being a year member. So yay! Love it.
Beautiful and gorgeous.
Love it. In December, could we add favorite things from the team to round up? Like 1 week, the fonts people didn't know they needed, cut files that are hidden gems. Okay,
oh,
Melissa.
That's
Melissa,
a good idea.
Do you want to come work here, Melissa?
You coming to
I
work
love
for
that.
us?
I love that. That is so fun. Yeah, we can totally do that.
MGL favorite thing week.
Yeah, that is so fun. That's a really good idea. And what is really neat, one time I saw someone we have done an event that's called Makers Gonna Learn Favorite Things. And we did an event about 25 of our favorite things. And we would talk about why it was our favorite and then give one away. You weren't here for that, Lauren. It was right before you started. And it was only for members.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, so we might need to do one of those like around Christmas or something. So good. So good.
Do y'all see how much better this second layer is covering everything?
Looks so good. Sandy, it's going to be a hybrid event for Make-a-thon, so it will be able to watch it on YouTube and possibly Zoom too, but we will have a Zoom component to get your questions asked.
What I love about this hybrid event is that you can really, like if you wanted to be, like you could be have the YouTube, the unlisted YouTube or like the private YouTube streaming on your TV, and then you're like, I'm having an issue. Let me pull out my phone real quick.
Yeah.
I'm going to step away from the TV, let it keep playing, but I'm going to hop over in this private Zoom link as well and get in the breakout room and ask my question real quick.
Yeah, and it's so fun. The breakout rooms are very, very good. So, yay! I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So again, if you guys are getting your membership, you do have to get in before Friday at midnight for the printed and shipped workbook. We want to get you this book. So $75 off the year membership, 75 OFF, and you get that mailed workbook grandfathered in, all of the files, fonts, everything. So yay, love it.
Last color,
woohoo. Love it. Someone wants to round up the best crafts of the year. Oh, that would be hard.
That would be a really good one, though.
Yeah, it would.
Honestly, some of the best crafts have been taken home because they are just so good. We make them for ourselves, and because we don't want to waste things.
Yeah.
So we try our best to make things that we think, number one, you all would like, but also things like that we want to make.
Yes.
And things that we think everybody would like. So when we see something that piques our interest, but also it's something that we think you all are going to fall in love with, we make it for ourselves, and then we end up taking it home and using it.
Exactly. Great idea for Make-a-thon. Yes. Oh my gosh, we have so much good stuff coming. How about it? It's making me nervous watching you painting while wearing the beautiful jacket. I could never. I'd make a mess of my clothes. Please tell me you've not painted your clothes yet.
I mean, not today.
Not today.
Not today.
Oh, that's so funny. I love it. Sadie had a dentist appointment at 3 o'clock today, and she texted me yesterday and was like, so do you think I'd be able to make it? I'm like, no, there's no way.
Okay, y'all.
Wow.
Ooh.
She gave up seeing her dentist for
sorry.
months to be here.
Okay, are we ready?
Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Dun, 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 dun.
This always makes me nervous. Although I've done this so many times, it still makes me nervous.
That's the fun.
Okay.
Renee, be sure to email customer service with that question so they can look at your account to help you make sure you're grandfathered in at the lowest price. So hi@makerscanlearn.com. Eek! Watching this is so fun. Okay, can we just talk about the crisp blondes? They look amazing.
I know. I'm telling you, that brown
Y'all, do you
makes
see why
a
you have to invest the
difference.
time? You gotta put in the work to get these results, y'all. You gotta put in the work. There's no like hiding to get the results or the work. Oh my gosh, so much fun. Yay!
Now I am gonna have to go back and grab some other pieces, but I'm just trying to keep this paint from like messing that up. But y'all,
Wow.
already
Wow,
look at that.
So good. So good.
Look at that.
So good.
Okay, let's grab these guys here.
Yeah.
You know what? Where's my true control knife?
I know. I knew you were going to pull that out. I just didn't even question it.
Beautiful.
So fun. Now today we will not be going through like adding your greenery, your ribbon, things like that.
No,
but
we
we'll
don't
show
have
you the
enough
finished
time.
one and we'll talk about it. It is so much fun.
Really, the star of the show today was learning how to get these crisp lines.
1000%.
Because if you are a sign maker and using a stencil, you know how hard it is to get the wood grain to not run.
Exactly.
So this was the star of the show today, was teaching you all this technique. We have so many bow making tutorials on our channel. Go watch. But I will say this while I'm taking this off. Best practices, if you are making a sign to go outside, best practices, hot glue all of your elements together, but staple those bad boys on the sign. Do not try to hot glue.
Yeah, I love that. And you can seal your projects with Maker's Magic. I know a lot of people, like I now can gladly recommend it because it works really, really well.
You can. If this is under a covered porch, I probably wouldn't for this one, just because.
It looks beautiful. I like the natural wood look.
And also because this is, come on, there it is.
Have you tried using Maker's Magic as a base when you're using a stencil? Kathy, we haven't. I wouldn't paint on top of Maker's Magic though. I would not do that.
Yeah.
It's very, it's like, what would you, porous? Like, it's like, once it's sealed, it's very smooth. It's not something your paint would stick to.
Yeah, it's gonna, I don't know, slick?
Yeah, it's very slick. Is Maker's Magic glossy or matte? Their current model is glossy.
But
I am dying for him to develop a matte one. Like,
I mean, I feel like he has to be in the market for one.
He's definitely playing around with it. Chef's Kiss, Lauren,
Look at
as
that.
you say.
Chef's Kiss. Other than my pinky, got a little bit of white up here, but you know what? We can wipe that off real quick.
Can. Lauren, we'll put our bow there. They'll never know. Look at that. Wow.
Look.
Ooh,
how
beautiful.
crisp those lines are.
Beautiful.
Let you see it up close.
I love it.
Y'all.
So fun. So fun. Do you want to pull in the one about the bow and we'll just tell them how easy it is like for them to add greenery or their bow?
Okay.
I mean, that's so easy.
Yeah.
Simple.
So the bow, all you have to do for the bow, I made a double bow. All you do, lay one circular piece of ribbon down, lay your second circular piece of ribbon down here. Actually, the bottom one is just circular but larger than this.
Yep.
The top one is about the same, but you make the loop smaller and leave little tails. pinch it together. I like using zip ties. My secret is zip ties. Zip tying that together. You can use floral wire, either one. I just like zip ties because it's so quick and you're done.
Yep.
And then you add a centerpiece to that, glue that together.
And this is stapled?
This is, look inside the bow.
So that it's stapled here.
I've stapled it here. I've stapled it here.
Stapled here.
And actually, I stapled the greenery pieces on. I didn't even put them. I didn't even glue them to this bow.
Yeah.
I stapled the greenery pieces down and the bells down before I put the bow on top, and then stapled the bow on it.
So this isn't going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere. And
anywhere.
That's very important if you are making a sign. Let's say for like the summer times, and you live in a place that is very, very warm.
Oh, yeah.
If you use hot glue and that sun hits that hot glue, it's gonna melt it.
Yeah, exactly. Is the ribbon wire? It is like a wiry ribbon.
Yes, this is a wired ribbon.
Wiry ribbon. So much fun. What did you guys think of day 4 of boot camp? Yay! Guys, tomorrow, first of all, just for commenting, you're going to be entered to win a 143 vinyl gift card. What? Somebody's going on a shopping spree. We'll announce it at the top of the show tomorrow, just for commenting. Number 2, the project tomorrow. I cannot wait.
I'm so excited.
It is an ornament. It is a personalized ornament using a
cut.
photo, print and then cut, and it comes with an ornament box, which I think is like the top of the top.
And the one part that you left out
is the giveaway for tomorrow.
We're giving away a Cricut Maker 3.
But you have to be there live. It's different than all the other days of boot camp. We're only giving it away to someone live, okay? So you've got to be there to win that machine. If you haven't already, you've got to pick it up, okay? So much fun. Again, if you are a year member, or if you're not a year member yet, this bonus goes away tomorrow at midnight. So get in while you still can to the year membership 48 hours before this bonus goes away, okay?
Yeah.
So get in while you can. So much fun. Someone said, where can I post my project from yesterday? The member-only Facebook group.
Facebook group, baby.
Post it. We can't wait to see it. I love seeing your projects during boot camp, all right? Yay, so good.
Oh yeah, I did. Let's go overhead. I'm not gonna take my hat off in front of everybody, but I will show them overhead.
Love it.
Can they see that, Sadie? There
Yay,
you go.
That's what
it
looks hat.
Like. Beautiful.
Yes, isn't it so fun?
Okay.
Love it. It is so much fun. Be sure to grab your Make-a-thon ticket. Be sure to
not knock the background over.
Not start. This is the only part that's not attached. Like everything else is like attached to the wall. So anyway, my friends, look at that beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at that project. So good.
Love it.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Oh, Barbara, I changed her monthly to annual, and I'm so glad I did.
Barbara.
Go, Barbara.
Woo! Love it. Upgrade your membership today, my friends. If you're monthly, go yearly. If you're not a member, what are you waiting for? Unlock all these projects here at boot camp. All right, grab that membership. We'll see you back here real soon.